What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite jealous hater Apoc, and welcome to the most positive and uplifting channel on the platform. So it's been quite a few months since I've done one of my little recap videos. Not really sure why I stopped. They did pretty decent and you all seem to like them, and so did I. And here we are again, going on into a brand new month. Kind of crazy, we're already halfway through this year. But I guess it's just that time for Apoc's monthly reslap, where I take everything that I've discussed or exposed about whoever and just recap all their bullshit. Okay, let's see who was the biggest poopy head out of the month. So to begin, one of the very first videos I pushed out this month was about this mom influencer, or whatever the hell you call it, named Kitty Sorensen, who literally came up with this whole fake elaborate story about how her children were going to be kidnapped or whatever by this random couple that she just randomly picked out of nowhere. She literally wanted to ruin these people's lives, and regardless of race or whatever her motives were, is a horrible thing to do to anyone. But I originally, for some reason, and I don't know why, I didn't cover the story, but I did cover the update, and this chick is getting absolutely what she deserves. To be honest, I think she deserves more time in jail, but apparently she gets like 6 months or something like that, which I guess is better than nothing. It's better than most of the time where all these YouTubers and influencers just get away with all their bullshit. So there was some justice here. But just think about that for a second. Who does that? Who tries to ruin somebody's lives just because you want more clout? These people who she targeted have children. I think they have 5 children actually, and she wanted to ruin all their lives so that she could be a more popular Instagram mommy or whatever the hell it is. Such a selfish and greedy thing to do. To be real, I hope she rots in hell for that, because that is disgusting. She thinks she's better and above people. She thinks she has the power to do that, but boy, she's gonna be getting hers. Okay, so enough about that trash for now. Let's get into a more lighter one with Casey Holmes. Now, like I said in the video that I made, I don't have an issue with Casey Holmes, although I heard she took out a COVID loan and there's just this whole thing about it. I haven't looked into it to base my own opinion on it, so I'm not going to trash her for it, because I like to look at everything on a case-to-case basis, but that's not what this video is about. Casey hosted some sort of Q&A or ask me whatever on her Instagram stories, and people were asking her, how do you keep privacy and be a vlogger at the same time? And she had some pretty valid things to say. She was talking about how you can still let people in and let them know who you are and what you're about without giving too much information, as in build boundaries with your community so nobody steps on any toes, but you are the one that needs to be able to do that, because otherwise when you tell your community that they're like family, they're gonna think they're family, which is why some of these people might have issues with stalkers or something, because they let them think that they're like family members. But believe it or not, you can actually have a vlogging channel without blasting intimate and private moments online for money, which Casey also stated that things like that, with fights with your spouse or just whatever in general that kind of stirs the pot, people are going to click on that so fast. And they do. And she's right. Jess Fam just posted up a video about her grandmother's house burning down, and it didn't even burn down. She says it in the video. You can look at the thumbnail. She literally grabbed a PNG image from Google of fire, of flames, and put it on the house to make people think she was standing outside a house that was on fire going like this. But they do that to get people to click, and it's not for memories, it's for money. And speaking of Jess Fam, she got a video as well last month. Jess Fam's been on this whole crusade thing ever since I pointed out that she doesn't actually pay her kids dick. She's been on this whole song and dance about how she pays her kids and that her kids have consent over the vlogs and whatever gets pushed out. She's been doing this thing for about like half a year now, and she keeps on saying it and saying it and saying it. And then there was a vlog she had with her daughter where she's teaching her daughter how to vlog and edit and all that noise, and just randomly decided to talk about consent and how the kids have full control over the vlogs, even though right afterwards her daughter states that that is not true. So when it's a cute moment, and even if the kids don't want it in the vlog and they even tell her it is their wish for that not to be in the vlog, she does it anyway because it's a cute moment. What if there's some really embarrassing moments that the kids don't want in the vlog, but Jess Fam thinks it's cute, so she's going to keep it in the vlog? That's not full control. That's Jess Fam having full control, not the kids. She has said the kids have 100% control, and Lilia debunks that in a sentence. Which is funny though, because I got a comment saying that I'm worse than Jess Fam. Apparently the reason is because I push out the same content as they do, or I show their content, so that makes me worse, even though my videos are pointing out what these vloggers are doing for money and not for memories, and not because they do it for you or other people, but because they do it for their own wallet and their own wallet alone, because they're selfish, greedy bastards, and they manipulate manipulate people into thinking like this, saying that I'm worse than Jess Fam because I make money off of her children as well, but I don't make money off of her children. The video was about Jess Fam lying about consent and her daughter debunking it. I didn't make money off her daughter. In fact, I blurred out her daughter while Jess Fam kept her daughter up in a two-piece bikini and posted it online. I like to know how those two things are even remotely the same. But speaking of things that are the same, we have Meg Lee, who consistently posts negative and depressing content, which I pointed out in my video where Meg Lee literally says the words that she hates her home, hates the four walls that she lives in, and I pointed that out in my video, which actually ended up getting a response from Meg on her Instagram, go figure, where she goes on and on about how people were like painting a picture of her and how she hates her life and blah blah blah, and she can't share real moments and she always has to be happy. But that wasn't the point of the video. The point was that she says she hates her life, and I was saying that if you want change, if you want to change, if you want to move, if you want to be able to afford things like an assistant for YouTube or whatever you want to do, which is all of the stuff she complains about, usually all based around money anyways, is that she needs to step out of her comfort zone and get up off her ass and actually do some damn work, capitalize on her son's naps or something or Instagram rants, and use that time to grow on YouTube or to come back on YouTube instead of complaining. But Meg's response to that was to not perceive things online or whatever and don't believe everything on social media. So how are we supposed to believe that you have it so bad if you say not to perceive things online? You're pushing out that your life sucks. That's what you say. That's what you have said. But then you say not to perceive things online? That doesn't make any sense. She's the one that paints the picture by complaining. Not to mention any other vlogger, when they post things online, they're perceiving a life. Meg Lee fell for it too. She says don't perceive things, yet she expected things out of mommyhood because of the vloggers that she watched. She didn't even know other vloggers had help. When it's obvious, you don't even have to see an assistant to know they have help, that they pay people to watch their kids, that they pay people to clean their homes. It is obvious. I highly doubt people like Keren and Khoa actually clean their home. But the video I made on Meg wasn't a hate video. It was a video for her to see, to maybe get some advice or suggestions on what she should do to better her situation. But as you can tell, she didn't retain anything, which I'm not even surprised about. None of these people who I make videos on will ever retain anything because they think they're right and never wrong. And I'm just a jealous hater. Now, there's this new channel I've been diving into called Yawi Vlogs, and they're pretty disgusting. Probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen out of all these vlog channels. It's pretty insane. They literally use their daughter's period, their 13-year-old daughter's period, for money. Not to mention in another vlog, the parents are away as some sort of like couples retreat or something, and the kids are left alone, which isn't a problem because they have two older siblings to watch them. Although that kind of is a problem because obviously the two grown children can't handle the responsibility of watching their siblings. They decided to go to the park. One of them hit his head on a swing or something. He actually ends up getting a concussion, but nobody takes him to the hospital whatsoever. And the parents are rushing home to take him to the hospital, even though the two older siblings are more than capable of taking their little brother to the hospital. The older daughter decides to bake cookies and deliver them to a friend, and the older brother just disappears while leaving their little brother in fetal position, all huddled up on the floor, while mommy and daddy are on their way home, vlogging the entire process home and not even trying to rush to get to him. They did end up taking him, but after the fact of all this neglect. Remember what I keep saying about how vloggers will clickbait anything they can and make money any way they can, even if it's down to the pain or death of a family member. And speaking of people who use their children's pain for lots of money, we have OKbaby, where Kyra had some really bad relationship advice to give based around sex or whatever. She seemed to live in this warped reality where she actually had a decent relationship with basically her husband, but anybody who watches them knows that's not the case. This dude calls his own daughter disgusting, treats Kyra like shit, wants to get away from her, and almost broke up with her because she just wanted him to stay home and help take care of his children. But of course Kyra defended him and act like they had this amazing relationship, even though within that same video where she's giving this relationship advice, she states that Oscar gave her crap when she was going through pain and literally could not have sex because of the pain, and apparently that caused major issues with Oscar. So I think all she did was prove that Oscar never really gave a damn about her, because in those moments you prove beyond sex that you care about someone. And of course sex is important, but it should be the last thing to show how you feel towards someone. To be honest, for me, it's all the little things in life. And when someone can't do those little things for you, then they don't really care. Come on, we're talking about Oscar here. The guy who ditched Kyra to go party in Florida, you know, during a pandemic, while she was 36 weeks pregnant, and also her last baby due to complications with her body. Again, that's who Oscar is. He only thinks for himself. Hence why his love language can only be shown during sex. But aside from all that garbage, Kyra got a little triggered over a comment somebody left or a DM where one of her viewers actually sent her a nice message but told her all you do is post ads, which apparently hurt Kyra's little heart. Her feelings were hurt because somebody said this, even though that's all they do now, because it's worth a lot of money. Within that same thread, she says she's turned down a $25,000+ sponsorship because it didn't suit her or she didn't like the product, but then states later on that she does that very thing and promotes a product for money. I don't know how much, but promotes that product for money, and she never even used it. Bruh. But the icing on the cake to that, right after Kyra addressed that all she does is post ads and it hurt her feelings and says she turns down brands and sponsorships, the chick literally posted another ad right after. I think she just proved their point. So every now and again, I check up on Keren Swan's Kickass fitness flop brand. That's now like a athleisure or life leisure, whatever the hell she's calling it now. I have no idea. It's always constantly changing. But I made a video on Kickass and about how Keren posted this thing about sending them an email how much you love them and why you like supporting Kickass and all that noise, but not one thing about, hey, what can we do to improve the brand? What would you guys like to see? None of that. No criticism. Only why you love us, which I gave some perspective on why that's bad and that criticism is good. And if you want your business to succeed, you need to have criticism. You need to have people saying stuff so that you can improve your business. But apparently Keren doesn't want that. I mean, she is someone who thinks that Kickass is a success, even though the only reason it's still going is because they took out a loan, which they didn't even need, and even denied having, at least under the KKandbabyJ brand, which proved that they actually do have 4 loans altogether, which equaled roughly $142,000, which is a lot of money, but they're the ones that acted like they didn't know what the loans were. But I don't know how that's possible when it's under your name. But back to the Kickass video. The first half again was about how Keren doesn't want any criticism and she only wants to know why you love her. Normal Keren shit. And the other half was telling how Keren can improve Kickass. I mean, she's had this brand for what, over 2 years now? And look where it's at. It hasn't really gone anywhere. It's funded by her fans. It doesn't go to other people. When other people look at this, they see this brand as a joke. And they see Keren as a joke because she's the face of Kickass. And she looks like that. And I'm not trying to body shame her. If she wants to look the way she does, that's fine. I'm not saying she looks horrible, but for somebody who has a fitness brand, absolutely. Somebody who has a fitness brand who promotes fitness and health needs to show that their body is healthy and that they actually work out. And again, that's not body shaming. That is facts. But I know they're watching this video and all my other videos on them. It's just like talking to a brick wall. It just goes in one ear and out the other. They're not going to retain anything. They're not going to improve themselves because, like I said, they don't think they do anything wrong. They think they're in the right, or that their egos are so big they refuse to take in and absorb anything. But it is funny though, because after I post a video, the very next day or the day after, they post something on their Instagram kind of reflecting on what I discussed in the video about them as kind of like a rebuttal or a response or something, but it's just a joke. The very next day after that video, she posted about waking up at 6 a.m. You really think that Keren wakes up at 6 a.m.? That's even more of a joke. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. Oh, but there was one more thing that did actually happen last month, which after I posted my video about Keren and Khoa's COVID loan, their friend came at me, wanted to fight me, shamed women and my wife, telling my wife to shut the fuck up in the presence of men, then calling COVID a blessing, and then goes on and on about hustling the pandemic. But that's it. Again, I'm going to be doing this towards the end of June or beginning of July or whatever, because I do actually really like making these videos, and like I said, I know you guys do too. I know you guys like to hear all this stuff again. I do wonder what other tomfoolery we're going to see within this month from all these weirdos we cover. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Do me a favor and like the video. So you guys liking it is a way of supporting me, supporting my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Okay, bye losers.